Hey there, my name is Josh Fector. I'm one of the founders of Product Manager HQ. I'm also the founder and head of product of a software company called Squibbler. And today I'm going to talk to you about the difference between two of the most talked about roles in product development and product management, the product owner and the product manager. This is a topic that viewers often ask us questions about, just trying to understand the difference so they can better define their career path, their salary path, and what roles they would be interested in. More and more, it seems that technology companies are becoming less preoccupied with hiring a project manager and that they're moving more towards product managers and product owners, which begs the question, is there really a difference between the product owner and a project manager? This is exactly what we're going to get into today. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to get direct notifications whenever we post new and insightful videos just like this one. That way you'll always be guaranteed to get your fair share of high quality instructional content from real product management experts. Now let's go ahead and jump in. In order to illustrate the differences in the roles and responsibilities between product owners and project managers, it's crucial that we first discuss two of the most important and well-known frameworks used by companies to solve specific problems: Scrum and the Waterfall approach. Why, you might ask? The logic is simple. Each of these frameworks is heavily associated with each of the positions that we're going to be discussing together. Therefore, cross-examining these frameworks and how they impact a company's business and work environment gives us a better context upon which we can build our understanding of each of these roles. Scrum is a goal-oriented methodology used in development that seeks to leverage iterative and incremental practices to help manage highly complex products. Scrum is one of the main branches or subsets of the agile methodology, a broader framework applied to project management that emphasizes iterative, periodic analysis, and adaptation for product improvement. Apart from being an iterative approach to product management, Agile is also recognized for the focus it places on three other aspects of product projects. One, a leadership framework that inspires teamwork while still respecting the importance of self-organization and individual contributions to projects. Two, an approach to product creation that speeds up the design, development, and implementation process without compromising quality. And three, a business focus that seeks to bridge the gap between company goals and customer needs. As a result, Scrum is a lightweight version of the broader Agile framework. The process is refined to a point where time is limited and to guarantee maximum productivity. This brings us to the second framework that I want to discuss today, which is the Waterfall approach. The Waterfall model emphasizes that projects should follow a logical progression of steps through the software development lifecycle, or SDLC. Just like the name implies, each phase of the project cascades into the next, progressively following down like a waterfall. The main difference between them is that the waterfall projects are completed sequentially, while agile projects are completed iteratively in a cycle. Waterfall projects can be broken down into several distinct phases. There is an ordered set of phases, and each phase needs to be completed one by one. Phase 2 cannot be started until the previous phase has been completed, and so on and so forth. On the other hand, agile projects are based on small phases that can happen simultaneously, involving various team members. These individual deliverable pieces are called sprints and last just a few weeks. Once each sprint is completed, the feedback is used to plan the next phase. Knowing all this is important since these two very different approaches will mark the similarities for what makes product owners and project managers similar while simultaneously setting up what makes each one unique. The role of a product owner, or PO, is closely linked to Scrum methodology, namely the Agile framework. A Scrum or Agile product owner is responsible for maximizing the value of the product result from the Scrum team, since they are given full ownership of the product. The product owner and their responsibilities remain almost the same throughout all Scrum approaches. As mentioned, value maximization is their sole responsibility, and they do so by making the right choices in terms of what to develop and when to develop. Consequently, there are a number of tasks that product owners do on a daily basis. These include defining product goals and objectives and communicating these goals to the Scrum team and other stakeholders, developing and managing the product backlog, ordering backlog items, and ensuring items are prioritized based on their importance, communicating the product backlog items to the Scrum team, and ensuring they understand and know what they're supposed to do, and ensuring the product backlog is also understood by all the developers and there aren't any ambiguities, and also regularly communicating with the Scrum team members, the Scrum Master, and other stakeholders, arranging, managing, and providing resources for product development, managing stakeholders by inviting them to sprint review, discussing and communicating targets and goals, sharing user stories, and making information easy to understand for the stakeholders. All these contribute to making their overarching responsibility of maximizing product value a reality. You can define the role of a project manager as someone who manages a project on a day-to-day basis, thus being the only person within a team or company who has a function. Because of the nature of their role, project managers carry out a number of different tasks throughout the entirety of the project lifecycle. These include defining project objectives and goals, identifying project details and defining its outline, identifying stakeholders, developing the complete project plan, defining its scope and creating a work breakdown structure, planning, defining, creating, and scheduling key activities and tasks, identifying and developing task duration, and developing NAT charts, cost estimation, budgeting, turnaround time of the project, planning and identifying project resources, communicating project requirements to the stakeholders, executing the project and regularly monitoring and controlling it, managing project team and constantly communicating with them to ensure timely completion of the tasks and projects, and controlling project progress by actively monitoring everything, and finalizing and closing all project phases and tasks, ensuring project finalization and deliverables. Now that we've taken a look at the roles and responsibilities of both product owners and project managers, let us now get down to the focal point of this video, which is how are the PO and PM positions different? After all, they both work on a specific project and are responsible and accountable for it as key decision makers. However, just because they're similar doesn't mean that the two roles are interchangeable. In fact, there are a few areas in which we can see clear differences. The first of these is in the philosophy that governs their existence within companies and shapes the approach they use within their respective projects. As mentioned before, the role of a product owner is rooted in the agile framework under Scrum methodology. As stated previously, the nature of agile framework requires the product owner to be flexible and adaptable throughout the entirety of the product lifecycle. This is because product owners work in an environment that's constantly changing. They need to learn, unlearn, and adapt quickly based on feedback on the software development process. A product owner won't be able to perform well if they aren't flexible and proactive. The project manager position is a much older and traditional role, and for that reason it's associated heavily with companies who apply the waterfall approach that we spoke about previously. A PM operates in a structured environment following a scientific approach. They use the basic management roles for project completion. As a result, they tend to be a lot less flexible in their approach to projects than product owners are. Another key point of difference between product owners and project managers lays in their product vision. A Scrum product owner creates a product vision. Identifying product goals, objectives, and defining its vision are the core responsibilities of a product owner. The stakeholder gives full authority to the product owner, who is then responsible for product development and value optimization. On the other hand, a project manager doesn't build a vision. Rather, they are responsible for the execution of the vision that's developed by the organization. The project manager crafts a plan to complete the project in a timely manner with a focus on effective resource allocation and utilization. While a product owner owns a product completely in all of its aspects, a project manager doesn't have much control over the project's vision and concept. They have to do the project without altering its core vision, while a product owner can alter the vision of the product whenever required, which ultimately puts a lot more responsibility on that product owner's shoulders. Another area where product owners and project managers differ is the approaches they use when it comes to communication within teams. A product owner works as part of the software development team. As a result, they stay in constant contact with the development team and discuss and collaborate on product development and backlog management. The project manager, on the other hand, doesn't rely on communication and collaboration for project success. Everything is systematic and documented, and everyone knows what they're supposed to do, when they'll do it, and how to do it. Lastly, while it is true that product owners and project managers are key positions during the decision-making process, the way they go about doing so is different. a product owner makes all the decisions related to the product they own based on the feedback from customers, stakeholders, and the development team. The project manager, on the other hand, does not own the entire product. Therefore, they are restricted when it comes to the kinds of decisions they can make. For example, a project manager usually has authority to execute decisions like prioritizing tasks and activities. However, in most cases, project managers cannot make decisions on product details such as product vision and functions, since that falls out of their jurisdiction. Despite all the differences, the product owner and project manager have unique characteristics that can't be ignored. A product owner comes with a vision and agile approach to bring your product to life. With a flexible approach, vision, and decision-making abilities, product owners are best suited for projects that have unclear scope and requirements. A project manager, on the other hand, is ideal for well-defined and structured projects that need to be completed with extreme precision. A PM knows how to plan, execute, control, and deliver a project on time with scientific management, technical decision-making, and vision execution approach. Both these roles are crucial across the scope of project management in general. However, because more and more companies are leaning towards technology-based products, the role of a product owner is becoming even more mainstream. With it, professionals in product development need to be at the top of their game if they want their projects to be a success. And a program that can help get you there is the Certified Product Owner course on Product Manager HQ, where we teach all the fundamentals of how to become a great product owner. And we go over Scrum and Agile in depth. So if you are trying to level up your product ownership game or step into this role, make sure to go ahead and check it out on productmanagerhq.com. With that said, if you enjoyed this video and found it insightful to understand the differences between product owners and project managers, make sure to go ahead and like the video and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with everything product management. Just one more thing I want to see if you were paying attention to the video. Quick true or false question. Approach to management is the main factor that differentiates product owners from project managers. So let us know your answer in the comment section. And with that said, I wish you the best in your career journey. And I'll see you on some of our following videos. Cheers.